Good morning, traders. This is Chris. This is the early morning briefing for the 10th of April. Well, we've had the changes in the market. We've had the pullbacks and we've had the tariffs delayed for 30 days, which drove markets higher, including the Dow and S&P and so on, and including gold as well. So overnight, we saw a rally into the gold on steroids. So whenever you see this going on here, then the price has gone too far too quickly. So buying into this area is a no-go. You can't do that. That's just one of those things. There's an outside bar. An outside bar is where the price has gone outside the channel, and so the price doesn't like it under normal circumstances. Now gold is trading higher, so it is bullish, and this is indicated by this green line here. Whenever this is green, you are looking for buys, buys, buys. Now there have been some outside bars which have gone down from there, and an outside bar from this FVG here, and the price has gone up overnight. That's how it works. So if you're trading the Asian session, then well done, you've made a lot of money. So it's ambivalent, isn't it? So if the markets are not right, they're not right, and even if it shoots up, it's not the right conditions for that. So in my view, I think this price is going to come down. It's going to come down to this area here, which is 3110-ish. Anywhere in this area here, it could dip down quite deep before it comes back up. So if it does dip in deep into this FVG, then just look for it to return above 3110 and then buy back up to 31.29 is going to be the order of the day, I would imagine. Now don't forget, we've got inflation data at 1:30 GMT UK time, so be aware of that, and that's a big one. Now under ordinary circumstances, this is a tradable event, but as we can see, the price has hit the top of this order block, which is indicating a pullback is highly likely, so we don't want to be getting in here. What we're looking for, this was the trading opportunity at 3 AM Asian time. So if you're in Australia or anywhere out there, then you have these opportunities here to get into the market at 11 PM UK time and at 3 AM UK time. So if you want to work that Asian session, it's very, very profitable because China are buying up gold. Now we can see that the price has moved down into this zone, but look how high it is from demand. So see how that compares with that. See how that compares with that. It's not cheap, in other words. It's giving the impression it's cheap, but this is expensive, and we have negative divergence in play as well into the market. So I suspect it's, again, as I said, 3110 is going to be the number to look out for. So somewhere around there. There we go. So something like that to back up to 3131 or 3130. 197 pips is there, by the way. And you don't want to be risking 166 pips. You want to keep it as tight as possible. So something like that would be great with a 2.41 risk to reward. So just a trading idea there, because anything can happen today. Let's go into the markets. Let's start with the euro dollar. It's been hesitating, hasn't it, for quite some time. But it did come into the fibs quite nicely, bounced off the 618 here a few days ago now, but doing nothing. But hold on, it will go to 111.98 as long as the trend remains in play. Aussie yen has come up to the 50% fib, could come up to the 618, but I want this price to hold on to market structure. In other words, I want this background to remain red. You could wait for the sellers to all come in like this, and that's when all the sellers come in, and there's the price cycle as well. We do have divergence in the market as well, and so the price is highly likely to give way in the next few hours. Euro yen is hesitating, isn't it? It came up to the 618, bounced off it completely, and now hesitating before it goes down to 159.34. Excuse my voice, it's early. I'm just going to flick round now. Canadian Swiss. We've gone for 2.88 risk to reward, but it looks like there's a little bit more room there for target, so you can adjust your target down to 59.20, giving you 4.23 risk to reward. Again, you can wait for the sellers to come back in. Once they do, won't take long, then the sellers come in and it drives the market down. Totally up to you. Let's have a look at the pound New Zealand. So the pound New Zealand isn't biting, so just have to see where this goes. We look on the lower time frame on the advanced pro charts, we can see what's happening. So we've got more sellers than buyers at the moment, which is perfectly fine, but it is coming into the deep into the Fibonacci retracements now, but holding above the 22600, so, or just about. You should find this bounces. Now if you prefer, you can trade when this breaks out. Just trade the break of the trend line. So wait for the price to move above this 20 SMA on the 30-minute chart. Notice it's all green here. So despite the sellers coming in, stops down here somewhere. You can actually wait for this, and then again, same story. Wait for all the buyers to come in. Once all the buyers come in, then it shoots up. Now I think the markets are waiting for the inflation data. Euro New Zealand is almost ready, 192.77. 20 pips to go, and then it goes live, folks. Now the key here is your risk to reward, because even if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. You're risking a small amount of money to make a lot of money. And in this instance, you're looking at about 524 pips profit. And it's a 3.67 risk to reward. So very, very profitable if it comes in. Now it needs to hold on to market structure. What I mean by that, I need to see this price keep above here, this support line. And as long as that does, then you should see this start to move up in the next few hours. Let's see it on the closer time frame, 30-minute chart. You can see that there. And again, you can do the same thing. Just wait for all the buyers to step in if you wish, if you prefer. And then the price zooms up. Totally up to you. Totally subjective, but my preference is the Fibs because I haven't got anything else to do. I'm not waiting for anything. I'm just going to play golf. So New Zealand, Canadian, I'm just flicking through these now, guys. Just so the pound Canadian hasn't pulled back, so I'm going to cancel that. That order has been cancelled, and then we do some rejigging of the markets once the prices have settled after this afternoon. New York session should be quite lively, I'll imagine, after 1:30. Euro Canadian, yeah, still in this. So as long as it holds on to market structure, I'm happy. You could move the stop a little bit further. I don't normally do that, but just below that support line here makes sense, doesn't it? Pound Aussie, this is going live right now, so consider that as a buy, or again go to your lower time frame and get on that on the 30-minute, up to you. Now I'm rejigging this one. This is not looking right because of this market structure here. So we're going to do some more recalculations because the markets have settled down now a little bit now. I'll do that later on. US yen, I did expect it to come up deeper into the Fib 618. It's not done that yet, but it still might. It came into the 50% and fell. So that was your trade really. If you traded off the 50%, congratulations. Aussie Canadian didn't come in, so we can cancel the, US Canadian. It did come into the 50% fib. So the 50% fib is the one. US Swiss, congratulations if you traded this, can flit up to the 50% fib, up into this area here. And you can see this with the price cycle tools on the oscillator here. That's what you're looking for. It's a beautiful thing. As Trump would say, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, so that's very interesting, isn't it? Look at the price cycle versus going for a retest now. So the New Zealand, the Kiwi is looking red hot. So let's do some calculations. Oh, there it is. Couldn't see it then. Okay, looks like it's going to retest the 618, so let's do that. So let's, this is the simplest way to do it. Just put your order in at 5706. 5706. Now I want this price to hold on to market structure because the 618 is an extreme. I definitely want to see this price hold on here. And I want to see a reaction in the next hour or so. You're getting at 57, nice round number if you like, if you prefer. So 57.43, make it 57.50 if you like, and then 55, we can make it 55.30. It gives us 5.15 risk to reward. Put the order on. Do that. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so that's a good one. Similar situation for the Aussie USD. I've got an extreme one here. Might not come in. I'm not bothered. I've got a Kiwi. Pound USD looking like sterling is weak, as we can see by the red background. So likely to come up to 129.12 or 129.60. I prefer 129.60. Coming up to this area, 129.62 to be precise, 130.30 and 127.36. Could come up to the 129.12 and reject it, but I prefer. I mean, the only reason I say that, well, actually I say that, look at the price cycle. So I'm going to go for a deeper one here. If I miss it, I miss it. Euro dollar's moving up. So that's it. So let's have a quick look at gold, see what's going on. It's pushing up into this zone, which I don't like. So I think there's going to be a pullback down to about 31.10, 31.11, and then it will bite and go back up there. So have a good morning, and I'll see you at 1:30 for the inflation data, where we'll be doing the analysis.